Imagine you have your ordinary life, the place where you live, friends, hobbies, relationships and plans for the future. And then one day, everything is gone. That's exactly what happened to me on the 21st February of 2022.
Russia launched an all-out invasion of Ukraine by land, air, and sea, the biggest attack by one state against another in Europe since World War II.
The Ukrainians woke up to find themselves plunged into the midst of war. Explosions and air raid sirens ringing out here in Kyiv and cities across this country.
Explosions are heard in multiple Ukrainian cities.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine is now underway. Explosions were seen and heard across the country overnight.
When I woke up in the morning and found out from the news that the war had started, I couldn't believe it. How can people do such terrible things in the 21st century? I was shocked, and at the same time missiles were striking civilian cities. That's when I realized I had to react somehow.
This channel is about music, so I won't speak much about these awful things, but I want you to know a bit of context.
Time was not on my side, so I decided to pack all my stuff and leave the place where I lived. I had some agreements to leave the country, but I was late and the borders were already closed.
After a couple of months I decided to return to my native town where my parents live and wait until the war is over. Now this shit has been happening for the 4th year in a row.
Previously I had abandoned separate music projects, total freedom, plans for the future and expectations for a better life. Now I cannot sleep, I see the same walls every day because I haven't left my apartment for a year, I struggle with burnout and depression, and I have no clue how long this will go on. I just want my life back.
Now, when you have some context, let's go on. In this video, I will share my story of how the music and other tips helped me to fight the depression. Don't miss the bonus tip at the end of the video. I hope it will be helpful for people who also deal with mental struggles like me. At the very least, I want you to know that you are not alone in this world.
Research suggests that music can help reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety by providing a positive distraction from negative thoughts and emotions. Listening to music can activate the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine and other feel-good chemicals that improve mood and reduce stress. It can also affect heart rate, blood pressure, and even levels of stress hormones in the body. That's why music is often used in therapy to help people cope with anxiety, depression, and other emotional struggles.
As a musician, I love everything about music, from just listening to playing instruments and mixing tracks. However, dealing with mental struggles is not simple, and if those struggles are combined with sleepless nights, it feels even worse.
Persistent sadness, emptiness or hopelessness, loss of interest or pleasure in hobbies, work or relationships, difficulty concentrating, making decisions or remembering things.
These are all emotional signs of depression, and I have every one of them. You see, when you're depressed, the things that used to bring you joy just stop working. You don't see the sense anymore. That's why I quit creating music, and even listening to it became rare for me.
I sold my DJ controller, packed away my guitars and other music gear, and didn't touch them for a long period of time. I tried to leave, but something was wrong. I was angry, frustrated, and had no idea what to do with it. One day I even stopped seeing the point of getting out of bed. On work calls I couldn't understand why people were smiling. At some point this condition started to scare me.
Finally, I started working with a therapist. I never believed in the miracles of therapy before. I thought I was the only person who knew what was wrong with me and how to fix it, and nobody could tell me what to do. But now I understand therapy is something different. It was an interesting experience which, unfortunately, I didn't finish completely for some reasons. However, during therapy sessions we discovered that only one thing could help me feel better from time to time. It's creativity.
In my case, it was music. I forced myself to pick up the guitar even when I didn't feel like it. At first it was nothing fancy, just a few simple chords while lying in bed. But even that small effort gave me a tiny spark, a reminder that I'm still existing, I'm still here. Little by little I started recording again. Within a month I had written 2 songs for my upcoming album. That sense of progress, the feeling that I was creating something again, pulled me out of the darkest place. Music became more than just a sound, it became proof that I can move forward.
Sometimes you need a pause from creativity to find new inspiration. So the next step was to reevaluate how I listen to music. In the era of streaming, we got used to playing random recommendations in the background without really listening. Music became not music, but just nice. That's why I decided to change how I interacted with it. So I bought a turntable and started listening to vinyl.
Vinyl is another world. It's another culture. You can literally touch the music, and trust me, it carries far more meaning than the streaming we are used to. From carefully choosing a record to diving deeply into the music, you are not just a passive listener, but an active participant in the experience.
In the end, I also cancelled my Spotify subscription. Not because of vinyl, but because it stopped bringing me joy. So I completely changed the way of interacting with music, and it helped me to start enjoying the listening again.
If you ask me, so that's it? Just playing the guitar and listening to vinyl and you no longer have depression? Of course not. I still have it, and sometimes the weight feels too heavy. But these things became the foundation that keeps me grounded and helps me remain myself.
There is no sense in existing without the things you love, whether it's playing an instrument, reading books, or crochet. And if the things you love no longer bring you joy, try to reevaluate them. Change something in your routine, add diversity, or try something new that you always wanted to do.
For example, try to read or listen to a new genre. Wanted to write a book or a song? Just start. Even if it's only a couple of sentences or notes, it's already a big win. I know it's very hard to do anything when you're feeling too bad, but trust me, dedicating even 1 hour a day to the things you love makes a huge difference. Recently, I challenged myself to make music every day for a month. Despite sleepless nights and explosions outside my window, I did it, and was shocked by the results.
Also, when I'm feeling too upset and have no energy except to lie in bed, I try to make something on my iPad. 15 minutes today, 15 tomorrow, and in a week I have a new track, or at least new ideas.
The feeling of progress helps me realize I'm still alive and not stuck. The main idea is to take steps, even if they are small, because even small steps play a huge role in the end.
Through small steps, I even managed to renovate my room. Probably that's why I didn't film as many videos this summer as I wanted.
When I realized there is no clear end to this situation and I was tired of the same view in my room for years, I decided to refresh it. First, I made step-by-step plan. Hire people to take out old furniture, buy a new one and assemble it, remove old wallpapers and put up new, install showering and lighting, add acoustic panels, etc. It was a lot of work, but all was done step by step. And in the end, my room looks fresh, and I'm very happy with the results.
And the bonus tip that helps me in the darkest times called Smile File. It includes messages from friends, colleagues, and even comments from you under my videos.
You may try this approach yourself. It can be created anywhere and be in any convenient to you format. In Notes application, in a separate doc file, even handwritten in your diary. Collect all the positive messages you've received from other people, photos that remind you positive aspects of your life, song lyrics, quotes, or any other item that evokes happiness. Check it when you feel too upset. It might help you during challenging times.
So, that was my story of how music helps me cope with depression. I hope sharing my journey gives you a bit of comfort or even just the reminder that you are not alone in this fight. If you're struggling, remember, it's okay to start small. Every little step counts, but it's essential to do this little step. If this video resonated with you, drop a comment below, share your thoughts, I'd like to read them. Stay strong, stay creative, and good luck.